Hello and welcome to another episode of Now About That with James and Sarah. I'm James,
And I'm Sarah.
and Sarah's having a rough one. She looks rough.
I feel rough.
She feels rough. She sounds rough.
Listen,
I did give her the option to not record. I said that's totally fine. We don't have to. I can throw something together.
he absolutely did. He absolutely did. Um, I just, I wanted us to have an episode. And I missed your face because I didn't
Same.
get to see it last week.
Yeah. So for those of you that are listening, we didn't have an episode last week, which was kind of a little bit unplanned. But because Ryan and I were in Ptown, Provincetown, for those of you that don't know what that is, which is a very, very gay town in Massachusetts. It's like one of the gayest towns in the United States. So we were staying there, and the second day that we were there, so we spent the weekend. The second day that we were there, I don't know what I did to my back, but I threw it out somehow.
Damn.
Because I could barely move almost all day. We were sitting and having dinner at this really nice place. It was called I don't remember what it was called, but it was like Mediterranean. Oh, it was Mediterranean. It was a delicious food, and it was like tapas style. So you ordered a bunch of stuff, and they came on little plates. You shared basically.
Oh, yeah. I've had tapas before.
And it was really good, and it was a lot of fun. But I was like, while I was sitting there, I was just in pain the whole time. My back, every time I tried to move or get my wallet out of my pocket, my wallet out of my pocket, it was painful. So,
Ooh.
but for some, like, I don't know what happened, because it was like we walked around a little bit, and then when we got back to the hotel, my back was fine. It still hurt a little bit, but that's like, it was like a normal hurt, which there shouldn't be any hurt, but it was a regular hurt. It wasn't as like debilitating as it was when I was walking around, or well, the first time when we
Right.
first left. But it didn't interfere with Miss Coco Peru. That was the first night that we were there. It was amazing.
Love.
Loved Miss Coco Peru. We got to go meet her and did a quick little meet and greet with her and got our picture taken. The person that was taking the picture, I don't know that I would have taken the picture. Coco is the one that kind of forced us to come on stage and get the picture taken, because she was like, well, the lighting's going to be better up here.
Right.
But what they didn't do was change the lighting, and it was like blue lights in
Uh-huh.
addition to the like just regular house lights and the lights that they like use for spotting. So there was like a blue haze to the picture.
Mm-hmm. I
But
did see her.
but we walked up and I gave her the present, and she goes, "Oh, is that for me?" And I was like, "Who else would it be, Who else would it be for, Miss Coco Peru?" But then she responded. She messaged me on Instagram or somebody. I'm assuming it probably was someone from her team. Messaged me on Instagram and said thanks for the kind words, and because I wrote her a little note that basically just said thanks for being an amazing person, and having the impact that she has on the LGBTQ plus community. And I
Mm-hmm.
gave her 4 boxes of Tension Tamer tea.
I love that.
But it was a ton of fun, and we got to see Miss Coco Peru in person for the first time since like we moved to California. Like we haven't seen her in person, but we were going to go, and then COVID-19 happened, and then it was like crazy.
Yeah.
Um, but aside from that, we also kind of walked around P-Town and got to see some of it, and had a couple of dinners and lunch there a couple times. And I bought my first, I won't say my first piece of gay art, because I forgot that I also have a picture of Trixie and Katya from Queens Who Like to Watch. Someone had
Right.
I have a print. It's not an actual like drawing, but they did not a drawing. They did a painting, and then they made prints of the painting. So I bought a print, and it was like, I would say it was like $60 for the print, and then
Damn.
I bought my own frame for it and everything. But the picture or the painting that I did buy in Provincetown was by an artist. I can't remember what his name is. It's like Eric something. He's a great artist.
You sent it in the chat.
Yeah, he's a great artist, and I've been following him for a long time on Instagram. And I was like, I want to go see some of his art. Eric Lesh, Lesh. And his Instagram handle is at EDL Draws. And so, I mean, he has a lot of great art. It's a lot of great gay art. And he does this thing, and he'll post pictures of him doing it, where he'll host people in his gallery, like in his studio in Ptown. And it's live male nude models, and people can come in and draw and paint the live male nude model. And that's what all of his art is, basically. So I saw this one painting. We went into the studio, and we were looking around, and I was looking around at all of it, and I was like, I really like them. I want to buy one. And I found two that I really loved. And I was like, I don't know which one of these two I want. So it was the one that I ended up buying was just one male model, and he's completely naked, but it's all just like black and white. Mm-hmm. So it's acrylic paint on just paper. And I was like, that's the one I want. So I bought it. Spent way too much money on it. Well, not really. I mean, it's art, but I spent a lot of money. And then when I got on, the other one was a picture of two guys. You couldn't see either of their faces, but they were facing each other, holding each other. And one of the guys, like, they were both naked, and one guy was holding the other guy's butt cheeks.
Love.
And it has a little more color in it. And I was like, I thought about it the entire way home, and I was like, oh, I really want that one too. So I went online, and I saw that it was on his website. So I bought it. Ended up spending way too much money last weekend, but it was a lot of fun, and I provided income for a gay artist.
Which we love.
Yeah. So that was nice. But aside from that, like, this last 2 weeks has been insane. I don't know that we've talked about this, or I think we have. I had to get my tire replaced.
Oh, no.
Oh, we haven't talked about this yet?
No.
So
we haven't seen each other in like 2 weeks, friend.
Oh yeah, no, it's been a few weeks since I had the issue with my tire, because Ryan's mom was still here when I had the issue with the tire. But I was driving around and got my hair cut. Have you seen me since I got my hair cut? You have, haven't you?
Have I?
I think you have. Anyways, regardless, it doesn't matter. Okay. It's irrelevant to the story. So I was driving around to get my haircut. When I was done, yeah, we did, because I said my haircut ended up costing me like $500 almost, or $400, because my haircut was $50, and I had to buy a new tire.
That's right. I remember now. Yes.
Yeah, I remember this conversation now. So I called to schedule the appointment, and I was like, I need to get my tire changed. And they said, okay, we'll schedule your appointment. So I scheduled my appointment, and then I scheduled it for one of the days that I can work from home. So I worked from home, and I drove in, and I was like, I need my tire replaced. And he goes, what do you need your tire replaced for? It's like, well, I had a tire that had a hole in it, and now I had to have a new tire, but my tires don't match. And when you have an all-wheel drive car, to prevent issues with the all-wheel drive system, the tires have to match. So I scheduled my appointment, and he asked me, well, did anyone order the tire for you? I was like, I don't know. I don't work here. That's not my job. I made the appointment, and if you don't have a tire, and that's what I made the appointment for, common sense would say, order a tire.
Yeah.
Why else would I come and have an appointment to have my tire changed?
Right.
And you not order a tire? So I got there, and he was like, well, let me see. What do you mean you need? Is it like, where's the tire? I was like, well, it's in the trunk of my car, the hatch of my car. He's like, what do you mean? What's wrong with it? And I was like, there's a hole in it. I got something in my tire, and there's a massive hole. And he goes, well, it's probably just going to be easier if I see it. was like, sure, whatever. So we walked out to my car. I popped the hatch and he looked in and he goes, oh yeah, there's a screw in there. Well, let me see if they can, let me take it and I can see if they can plug the hole. And if they can plug the hole, then you won't need a new tire. But we can't do it today. But I'll see if they can plug the hole. I was like, I'm sorry. What do you mean you can't do it today? He was like, we're really busy and we're backed up, and we probably won't be able to get to it today. Can you come back tomorrow? And I was like, no, I can't come back tomorrow because I'm going to be out of town. I'm leaving for Provincetown for the weekend. So I won't be out. That's why I scheduled the appointment for today. That's the entire point. That's the entire reason I scheduled it for today. He was like, well, you just live in Pawtucket. Can you just come by and we can I was like, no, I live in Pawtucket, but I work in Quincy. Monday through Friday, most of the time, I'm possibly in Quincy. I don't know when I'm in Pawtucket all the time because I live in Pawtucket, but I work in Quincy. And he goes, well, when can you bring it back? And he was like, can you bring it back Monday? I was like, no, I have to be at work in Quincy Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, all week. So I was like, let me figure out whether Wednesday or Thursday I can schedule it and I can bring it in. And I brought it in and he was like, I called yesterday and I was like, I just want to make sure that you people ordered my tire before I drive back in there and sit, because I want this fixed. So they were like, yes, we ordered it. So I brought it in and they replaced it. I sat there for like an hour and a half. And I went to go get in my car. Well, first he came out and he gave me the key. He was like, all right, you're all set. And I was like, do I need to buy insurance for it again? And he goes, oh yeah, you want to do that? I was like, well, I've done it twice and it's paid for it twice. So yes, I would like to get it. So, and it was like, it's $24. Why wouldn't I get it?
Right.
I would rather pay for the insurance and then have to pay for a whole other tire. So I was like, I paid for it. And then I went out to my car and I was like, I'm going to pop the hatch and see if they put the old tire in there. Because if they didn't, then they'll get rid of it. So I popped the hatch. There was no tire. So I walked in and he had just answered the phone. And so I waited and he was like, did you need something? I was like, yeah, where's the tire that was on there? He goes, oh, we didn't think you wanted it. I was like, I paid for it. I want the tire. Let me decide what I'm going to do with it. And he went and got it. And he goes, oh, he said that there was a carpenter's nail in it, or so he didn't think you wanted it because there was a nail in it. I was like, there was no nail in my tire. I didn't notice that there was a hole or anything in my tire. And he goes, well, it's right here. And he pointed to something on the tire that there was a circle, like where they had circled it, but there was nothing there and there was no hole. I was like, he was like, do you still want it? I was like, yes, I want it. So he like brought it back to me and he brought it back and put it in the car. I was like, there was nothing in my tire. And if there was, I got it in your fucking parking lot because it wasn't there when I was driving around.
Right.
So I was frustrated with that, but I do have a new tire and my car is working my car is fine. But tomorrow I'm going to be crazy busy and I haven't even let you talk yet. So I'm going to let you talk for a minute and tell me about your day, and then we'll talk about what I'm doing tomorrow.
So we're camping this weekend, and I had finished packing up the car today because I at the last minute was like, I just want to do one more check to make sure that I have everything I'm going to need for this trip. So I rechecked everything and then packed everything in my car. Horace helped me figure out how to put my seats down because I was like, I know my seats come down.
Yeah.
But I could not for the life of me figure out how to do it. And it's so weird. You have to like shove the back of like the seat cushion so that it pops up, and then you like fold that up, and then you bring the chair down.
Oh, so like the seat part of the cushion, you fold it up. Oh, so kind of like a truck.
Yeah.
Okay.
But like how my front seats are positioned, there's not enough room for it to go all the way down.
That's crazy because you're short, but it is a tiny car.
It is a tiny car. So, so yeah, I packed that all up, and drove to Dripping Springs.
That's not a
Um,
nice name.
that's the name. Like, I don't know what you want from me.
Dripping Springs. Hello, everyone. Welcome to Dripping Springs.
I mean, it's kind of like French Lick.
I mean, it is kind of tranquil, actually, now that you think about it. But I would think like Trickling Springs would be better. But Dripping Springs does make sense. I just don't like the word dripping.
Fair.
And
Reasonable.
trickling also just sounds like you're peeing.
A little bit, yeah.
Okay, so dripping sounds like you have an infection, and trickling sounds like you're just urinating.
Why are you like this?
You wouldn't have me any other way.
I know I wouldn't, but Jesus. Anyway.
I like that you said anyway and not anyways too, because people say anyways and it drives me insane. I'm like, there's no S in that. It's just anyway.
Yeah, I don't say anyways, unless I am doing it on purpose. Like, I have to consciously think that.
All right, so Dripping Springs.
So Dripping Springs.
Yeast infection springs.
We went out. He can see, but I know
I was
the rest of
wondering
the
what
audience
those, yeah.
can't. I have 2 bracelets on my wrist. One is an orange ribbon that says Burnt Soup, Texas. That is the name of the event that we are at. And then the other one is this like neon pink bracelet that just shows that I can get in and out of the area. So I went out there to unload like my tent and all that stuff because I only paid for Friday through Sunday.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not staying out there tonight. Nick
Yeah.
Nick and Kat are. They're staying out there tonight. They're staying the whole weekend. But I'm just Friday through Sunday. So I was going with them to help them set up as well as to leave my stuff with them so that we could get it set up tomorrow when I get there. So
I'm surprised they let you in if you didn't pay for today, though.
they let you in to set up.
Okay.
Yeah. But that's why I couldn't stay, is because I didn't pay for it. So
What's going on there?
Huh?
What's happening there? It's very loud. I can hear it in the background. It's fine.
Yeah. So it is Mac and Liz and Mac's parents and Liz's mom and Mac's sister.
Jeez. It's a full house there. I'm glad you're getting out for the weekend.
It is a full house.
How's your spoon level?
I'm in the negatives right now.
Oh, then we didn't have to do this, Sarah.
No, it's okay. I wanted to see you. It's in the negatives, but it's okay. Because after I'm done chit-chatting with you and catching up and having a sense of normalcy, I'm going to eat some leftover pizza. And I'm going to pass the fuck out.
That sounds like fun.
Because it was hotter today than they originally were predicting.
You look like you got some sun, too.
I got some sun.
I can barely see it, but there's a glow.
Yeah, I definitely got some sun. I have a wicked headache right now. Um, that is like, it's getting better because I'm drinking Gatorade. I'm pretty sure it's because I did a whole bunch out in the sun
And you're
and
dehydrated?
yes.
Probably.
So, but yeah, but other than that, I'm fine. Everything's fine. And I'm very excited to go camping tomorrow.
I don't understand the whole idea of camping. I think it's a very Caucasian thing to do, to pay to feel like a homeless person.
I mean,
An unhoused person. That was very insensitive of me. I'm tired as well, but
I don't know. I think that there is a good juxtaposition there, though, of like those same people who are paying for the privilege to go camping should also make sure that those camping areas are always available for homeless people.
yeah.
So, but yes, I know that there are quite a few. I did see a few white people, but actually the majority is pretty brown.
Yeah, well, that's nice.
So, I'm very excited. Not necessarily for like the camping part.
So is it like a festival, or
It's kinda.
it's just like an artsy thing?
It's basically Burning Man, but not. So like people get together, people do drugs, people have sex. You know, it's a wild time out in the woods.
Well, that sounds like something right up your alley. Minus the drug part, because you don't really do many drugs other than a vape pen.
Yeah. Marijuana is pretty much my only. But like, that's okay. That's fine. I can do just that, and nobody cares. But there's also like areas for swimming and
is it like nudity allowed too?
Yes, nudity is allowed.
You're gonna be running around tits out.
I am not.
Oh, I guess you might put someone's eye out.
I've grown conservative in my old age, and I don't like showing my titties as much.
What else have you been up to? How's work going? How's school going?
Oh, school is going well. I have A's in both of my classes right now. I already have enrolled for my next semester because they allow 2 semester enrollment at a time. So I already know what I'm taking next semester. All my credits finally transferred.
That's exciting.
I'm only going to have to take 14 more classes.
Oh.
And I'll have a bachelor's degree.
That's exciting.
I'm very excited.
That's still a lot of classes though, but it's not as bad as you would think.
Right. It is a lot of classes, but it's also primarily English classes since I'm going for my English degree. And if there's one thing that we know, it's that I'm really good at English.
Speaking is questionable from time to time, but understanding English and the reasoning things are done certain ways, yes. Speaking sometimes fails you.
That's true. Speaking oftentimes fails me, to be honest.
Words are hard.
Words are hard. It's one of those things where I feel like it's flipped, okay? So I can read a lot of Spanish, but I can't understand it when it's spoken to me. Yeah. I can speak English, but it's better if I read it.
Yeah.
So
I am.
I don't know.
I know that a lot from the um, English as a like non-native English speakers where I work
Mhm.
with, because it's easier for them to speak in English sometimes than it is to read.
Yeah.
And for some of them, it's the opposite. It's easier for them to read English, not so much speak and have a conversation.
Hmm.
So it's interesting to see like the different dynamic between the two groups. So sometimes we have it where actually there's this new feature on Teams where it will interpret for you.
Oh, love that.
It's a very strange system where like sometimes it takes a minute for it to catch up, so you're hearing the person speaking in the other language and then it interprets it for you,
Uh-huh.
and sometimes it does it over top of it at the same time, so it's still they're still working on some of the kinks.
Mm.
But then there's also the other option where you can have it subtitle in the language for the person.
Hmm.
So like I could be speaking English and it would be in like Japanese or Mandarin or simplified Chinese, something like that. And from what I understand, it does work pretty well, but I do speak quickly sometimes, too quickly. So I have to slow down whenever I'm doing that and make sure I'm paying attention. And it's slowed down so that it gets everything that I'm saying.
Right. That makes sense.
Um, so two things before we wrap up, because I want to make sure you have get your sleep, and I did say we would keep this short, so we'll wrap up. I this week before Ryan's mom left, I went and ran the dishwasher because we don't use our dishwasher very frequently. It's just every now and then, and I run it so that it cleans it out.
Hmm.
But we use it primarily to like store our dishes while they're drying, but because we hand wash all of our dishes. Well, I ran it, and then I was doing stuff in the kitchen. I think it was making dinner or something. And I turned around and it had released all the water onto the floor.
Oh
So it
no.
wasn't draining. So I made it like this, I think it was Monday. I scheduled a maintenance to come in because there were some other things that I wanted them to look into fixing too. So I asked them to fix that. I asked them to fix the lights in our kitchen because at the time we had 4 lights, but only one of them was working. And then in the bathroom that was off of our spare bedroom, the lights that are controlled by the switch outside of the bathroom, when I turned it on one time, they went out. So neither one of them were working. So you had to like walk into a dark bathroom to turn on the switch, but it's beside the sinks. So I asked them to fix that. And they came in, they fixed the 2 lights in that bathroom. They went into the other bathroom for no reason because I didn't ask them to do anything in that bathroom, and replaced all the lights in the mirror, which Ryan said it's fine. But I was like, I didn't ask them to go into that bathroom, so they had no reason to even enter that bathroom. But whatever, that's fine. They didn't replace the lights in the kitchen because they were like, well, we're having a lot of issues with that light fixture anyway, and we ordered new light fixtures. We just have to wait for them to get in, and then we're going to come in and switch out the light fixtures anyway. So we are not going to replace those lights now. I was like, that's fine, whatever. And then I got an email from the leasing office, and they were like, it would have been a good thing to know that the dishwasher was damaged before when you scheduled maintenance. And I was like, I didn't know it was damaged. That's why I'm having maintenance come in to look at it and fix it, because it started spilling water out onto the floor. And they sent a picture, and she was like, well, this is clearly damaged and not from normal wear and tear. It looks like it's been from where people have been pulling the rack in and out, and it's been like bending this piece of metal. And I was like, cool. That was like that when we moved in here, and I've been having to deal with it. I just assumed it was a fit and finish issue because of the age of it and how small it is. So if you're going to say that we broke it, you're wrong, because it was like that when we moved in here. I have a scar on my finger right here to show where I've scratched the shit out of it, because I had to hold that metal piece back while I pull out the rack so that it doesn't get stuck on it. And she was like, well, we'll let you know the outcome. I'm like, the outcome is you need to fix the fucking dishwasher because it's your dishwasher. I don't own the bitch.
Right.
Like, whether it's damaged, that's irrelevant because it's been like that since we moved in. So figure it out. So that's annoying. And she said they had to order a part for it regardless. I'm like, plus it's like it was probably installed whenever they redid this. So it was from 2008. It's not a brand new dishwasher anyway. So it's junk anyway.
Right. Like,
so we're waiting to figure out what they're going to do with that. And I'm like, I don't care to pay for part of the whatever you're buying to fix it, unless it's an insane amount. Then I'm not paying for shit because it's not my dishwasher.
right.
And it's been like that since we moved in. So figure your shit out. So that's fun. So we'll figure out what's going on with that. But what I'm doing tomorrow, which is fun, is Ryan's car he's starting to notice it's doing some stuff. So I'm like, both of our cars are paid off and it's Labor Day weekend. So they're having sales at car dealerships. So I'm going to take his car and look into getting him a new car, and see what kind of deal I can get on trading in his car that we owe nothing on and getting a newer car. I am trying to decide. I'm probably going to just see about getting a 2024, 2025 Nissan Rogue. It's a 2025. That's what I'm test driving tomorrow. And it's like the payments aren't going to be crazy because it's like the car that we're going to be turning in is like worth $7,000 to $8,000. So that cuts it off anyway. So that goes directly to whatever the price of the actual car is. And then they're having sales this weekend anyway because of Labor Day weekend. So we'll see. Ryan will probably have a new car tomorrow. If I don't know how that works though, because anytime I bought a car while I'm over here, well, I bought two. I've had to wait to get them.
Yeah, I remember you mentioning that.
Like I fill out the paperwork and do all that, and then I have to wait for them to finish processing stuff. And like the first time I kind of thought I understood why, and it was because I had provided my own financing and they had to wait for the financing company to approve it and say, yes, this is fine. But the second time I did it, I financed through them and it still took forever. And I don't know why it took so long. So this one I am looking at those were both in Massachusetts and I live in Rhode Island. So I'm hoping that was part of the reason. And I'm looking at a Nissan dealership that's in Rhode Island this time. So hopefully it's something where I can take the car in and I get to leave with a new car tomorrow. Because that's how it always has been for me in Indiana.
Fingers crossed.
And I paid cash for the car that I bought in California. So it's not really a good example. But it was like, I'm hoping, we'll see. But I'm looking at a 2025 and a 2026. There was one 2026 Nissan Rogue that I was looking at that I was like, it's a 2026. Maybe we will get it. And it's not like I think it's black, because it's a 2026. But I'm going to test drive a couple of them. And then there was also a Nissan Altima that I was looking at that I might test drive too and see.
Ugh, love a Nissan Altima.
They're very attractive. Yeah.
They're so good and they're such a joy to drive.
Yeah.
I really love Nissan Altimas.
I mean, I'm not going to be driving it for a lot of the time. I did say that we'll probably take this car back with us to Indiana at this time instead of my car, just for practicality reasons, because in Indiana there's like 2 places to fucking charge, so
right,
it's harder to charge in Indiana than it is around here. So we'll probably take it back because it'll be gas powered, which kind of sucks. But I was also like, I don't want to have Ryan deal with trying to figure out places to charge when he could just use gas.
Yeah, no, that makes sense.
Although I might talk to him because it's actually not that difficult because there's a charger that's right down the road and it might actually save him money. but he doesn't actually pay that much. We'll figure it out. It probably won't be. It'll be a gas-powered car.
Makes sense.
But they do have Nissan Leafs. A Nissan Leaf. I might look into. I don't know. We'll see. We shall see. But ideally, I mean, either way, I'm hoping he will have a new car by the end of the week. By the end of the day tomorrow.
Fingers and toes crossed.
Yeah. Well, would you like to call it a podcast? This is going to be, I think, our shortest ever episode, aside from our little, like, what is it called? Trailer episode that we did. That's like 2 minutes long.
Yeah. Yeah, I think I'm ready to call it a podcast.
All right. Well, thank you for listening to this week's episode of Now About That with James and Sarah. If you like this episode, please give us a like, comment, and don't forget to follow or subscribe. If you would, follow us on social media. Our handle everywhere is at Now About That Pods. If we don't come up in the search, then we're not on that platform. And if there's something you would like us to discuss on the podcast, feel free to email us at nowaboutthatpod@gmail.com. You can also visit our website, www.nowaboutthatproductions, where you can call and leave us a voicemail or send us a text message. Our phone number is 765-557-4170. Thanks again for listening, and we hope you have a great week since this will be coming out on Monday. And Sarah, enjoy your weekend and camping trip.
He made a face. Anyway, I thank you. I will.
All right. Bye, everybody.
Bye.